All right. Professional. We have to look professional.
That's gonna be hard to look professional.
I know.
Anyway, say something.
All right. Hey, Justin and Leon here, FNK Classic Cars.
Word up.
Word up. Well, today
Yeah.
we're going to show everybody how to install fog lights.
It's riveting.
I'm not.
Are you going to use any rivets?
No, I'm not going to rivet them, but I'm going to install them.
You should use rivets.
Are you going to hang out with me, or are you going to leave me alone?
I'm leaving you alone.
Yeah,
I'm done with you.
All right.
Although I got to be nice to him, he did help me mount tires.
That's right. We did spend the morning mounting and balancing some tires on weather wheels.
I'm going to put on a pile of shit. Which you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Well, some of you.
Hey, speaking of.
Why is nobody watching that?
Yeah, that was a big steaming pile.
I know.
That should have been like thousands of views.
At least millions, maybe.
Maybe
tens of views?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope this brings at least tens of views.
Right, tens of views. All right, well, here it is. This is my version of installing fog lights on a Silverado. No, not a Silverado. I don't even own a Silverado.
Suburban?
What's the matter with
Suburban,
me?
maybe?
Suburban, yeah. And this will work for Suburbans, Tahoes, and Silverados.
That you don't have.
Right. Anyway, I go over all the details in the forthcoming video.
It's going to be real boring, so I wouldn't even watch it. I mean, it's up to you.
All right, here we go.
Good luck. Don't get electrocuted.
Hey, Justin here, FNK Classic Cars. Doing a little how-to today on how to install fog lights on 2000 through 2006 Chevrolet Suburban and Tahoe. This will include all models except the Z71. Z71 has the round fog lights, whereas the rest have the rectangular. That's probably the best way to put it. Anyway, not a hard operation, but figured I don't see a lot of videos out there on it, and we'll show you how it's done. And with no further ado, let's get started. So I actually picked up 2 sets from eBay because they were on sale, $18 a piece. And since I have a few Suburbans and Tahoes, I figured it wouldn't hurt to have an extra set on hand. This is the vehicle in question. I actually have one good light and one that's starting to cloud over. You can see the difference, how they should look. And like I said, these are kind of a rectangular shape, and the Z71 has a round. And we're going to show you how to do the rectangular. All right, we also picked up these light bulbs. These I just got right off of Amazon. These are a yellow LED. Oh, let's turn it this way. And like I said, these eBay, cheap. These things don't last forever, but the OE style's much more expensive and it will also break. So I figured, what the heck, we'll just get these cheapies. I've used them before, they do last quite a while. But not bad. I always get the smoked. They have a clear. I always do the smoked and try to use yellow. Just my personal preference. You can get white or any other color. You can get these in clear. But like I said, I mean, $18 for each set. I think it was $40 tax delivered to the front door. I forget what these are. They're not expensive either, those lights. But that's it. We're going to go ahead and meander over here to the truck. Get these things going. Of course, the first and most important step, cup of coffee. Gotta have that. And I'm gonna get yourself a ratchet. Get your little quarter ratchet. Get yourself a 10mm socket. Maybe a small extension. That's about all you're gonna need to put those lights on. These are cheap, like I said, but better than broken lenses. This lens actually is still good, but that one there is, the seal got broken, so it's gotten a little dark. And I've had plenty where these little lenses pop off. And of course the light won't work very long once it gets wet. Okay, we're gonna get underneath. There it is. I don't know how well this will work, but you know, hey, we're gonna go up into this area. above the light. You can see the bracket there, and there's a bolt or nut here and somewhere here. We're just going to go up in here and take them out. You get a little bit better look. You can see them in there, right there. Of course, they're fighting me every step of the way. Why not? And once you do get them loose, you just pull the 2 bolts out. Comes out, pretty simple. Make sure you unplug your little light. It just unpops from the back there. Just give it a twist. Out it comes. So that's it. A couple of 10mm bolts. So 1/4 inch ratchet, 10mm socket. I used a little extension. I ended up taking it off for leverage reasons once those bolts started to get a little difficult, but it does help to have that in there at the beginning to kind of crack them loose. And of course the old icky looking light bulb there. Well, fits right nicely in there. So let's grab the new one, stick it in there, and then we'll do the other side. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and take, because believe it or not, even as cheap as these are, they come with a bulb. I mean, for $18, you're almost just buying the bulb. That's fun to do one-handed, but anyway, you get the idea. Put that one in, and then we'll scoot back underneath and get it installed. Just one more look at where that bolt's in. You can see my pretty leg there through the hole for the light, but we'll stick it in there and hand start 2 bolts and then ratchet them down, plug the light back in. I did shoot a little WD-40 here on the bolts. Hopefully they will go back in a little bit easier than they came out. Just snug them up. We already got the light there, so click that into place. And then this here is for adjusting it up or down. So before I move over to do the next side, I just clicked it on to test, make sure it works. Basically, it looks like that side. I think I'm going to replace this one, even though it's okay. I'd rather have the 2 new ones on there so they match perfectly, and I'll put that one back in the box and keep it as a spare. And this side is a repeat, 2 10mm bolts at the top. I'm not going to bore you with that one. I'm going to crawl underneath, swap it out, put the new light back in, turn them on, test them, adjust them where I want them, and that'll be that. Just a little comparison side by side. That's the good old one that I took out, of course, versus the new one. And this one is not an original equipment. The original equipment, this plastic piece on top is a little more sturdy. These two vibrate a touch, in my experience. And these here, this plastic is a shade thinner. Again, it was less than $20 with a bulb. So we'll throw it in. We're going to do this one the easy way. We're just going to toss it right in that hole. So one thing I did figure out about how to keep these in a little bit more sturdy. So the adjustment nut here, I faced it, I don't know what you want to call that, long way. So the back side of it is against the fairing or the lower spoiler. And I used a zip tie to kind of position the wire to push it against the light a little bit. And it does sturdy it up pretty good, actually. So, I don't know, just a little tip. I did that on the other side. I don't know if you can see it. You can see how it's positioned.
So it's like long ways, you know, that nut front to back, and a little zip tie. Just kind of hold it in there. It makes it a little bit more sturdy. Actually makes it a lot more sturdy.
Quick shout out to my buddy Jerome. He's another big GMT 800 fan. These Suburbans, Tahoes, and Silverados. And for me, I particularly like for Silverado 99 and the other two, 2000 to 2002, with this particular front end. 03 to 06, the trucks went to the cat eye. Don't like those quite as much. This one right here. Of course, Suburban and Tahoe continue this all the way through 06. All right, that's it. That's, like I said, it's pretty simple to put on, but thought maybe it'd be nice just to get kind of a glimpse of how it's done. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. As you can see, I have lots of Suburbans and Tahoes. There's even another one that's not here. I like driving old junk around, so those are my daily drivers. I like them. Simple, cheap, they last forever. So that's it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.
What are you doing, hun?
Huh?
What are you doing, hun?
I'm doing a how-to on installation of fog lights.
Looks like to me that you're just laying down on the job.
Thanks a lot.